During my sophomore year in high school, I was unfortunately involved in a school shooting. It happened during lunchtime, and I will never forget the chaos that unfolded in front of me. Right before the bell rang, I heard what sounded like someone slamming lockers as hard as they could. The noise echoing through the halls, and before anyone could think, a kid ran down the hall screaming, "He has a gun!" Now, mind you, it was close to the end of the year, so sadly, a lot of us thought it was a messed up senior prank. The reason I say this is because over the past few months, we had kids apparently posting on Facebook that they were going to shoot up the school. Therefore, we had police officers in our classrooms guarding us non-stop throughout the second semester. So, when it actually happened, we didn't know if it was real or fake. Our security guard, who was previously a sniper in the military, ran down the hallway to see what was happening. Not even a minute later, he comes running back, telling us to run, and we did. Kids were jumping over tables, they were jumping over each other, and teachers were trying to pull kids into their classrooms. All hell broke loose the moment we realized this meant life or death, and all I could think about was, where is my sister? She had left for the bathroom moments before the first shots rang out, and I remember not knowing what to do. Do I find her, or do I hide because the gunman was coming right for me? So I ran. As fast as I could, up the stairs and into my fourth period class. The teacher had sent a student out to see what was going on, and I rushed us both inside, telling him to lock the door. I remember everyone staring at me like, "What is going on? Are you okay?" And that's when the principal got the intercom, and I will never forget what he said. He yelled, "This is a code red. Hide your students. I repeat, this is not a drill. Hide your damn students." I didn't have to say a word. The senior class I ran into took action. They barricaded the door with desks and chairs after pulling in as many students as they could. The teacher told us to turn off all of our phone sounds, but to text our parents. When I did, my mom happened to be right around the corner from the school. She raced over despite me telling her it wasn't safe. I felt like I could have gotten my mom killed that day, and I still regret it though she remained safe. A lot after that is a blur. I remember my sister texting me that she was safe, but the gunman was trying to get into their classroom. I remember hearing the SWAT team clearing the hallways and hearing on one of their radios that there were multiple subjects, but none could be found. I also remember seeing on multiple Snapchats teachers next to ours ready to take action. Some had scissors, others had bats, and another showed students taking off their shoes, ready to attack anyone who entered without permission. Though slightly wholesome, a school of people should never have to defend themselves against angry classmates with guns. That was something that should have never happened, especially on a day our guard was down. A lot after that is a blur. I remember my sister texting me that she was safe, but the gunman was trying to get into their classroom. I remember hearing the SWAT team clearing the hallways and hearing on one of their radios that there were multiple subjects, but none could be found. I also remember seeing on multiple Snapchats teachers next to ours ready to take action. Some had scissors, others had bats, and another showed students taking off their shoes, ready to attack anyone who entered without permission. Though slightly wholesome, a school of people should never have to defend themselves against angry classmates with guns. That was something that should have never happened, especially on a day our guard was down. Walking out, though, to see food and papers scattering the hallways was rough. We had to have our hands up in the air as we left the school, and before going outside, we were all patted down to make sure we didn't have weapons. My parents hugged me harder than ever before, and me, just being happy we all walked out to see another day. I dropped out of high school shortly after that and moved back to my hometown, 5 states away. I lived with my brother for a bit until I got my own place, and that's when I met Devin. He was like 3 years older than me, and I never realized he was my first-grade crush's older brother. But there we were. He was pretty good friends with my brother and would hang out when we'd have kickbacks. I can't say he was a bad guy from what I saw, and he never had beef with anyone. Super laid-back, stoner-type guy. He was really cool. Until we all got drunk one night and it slipped that he almost shot up his high school. Now, everyone there pretty much knew this about him, but played it off as, well, he didn't actually do it, so... Even my brother. I was disgusted when I told them what happened to me, and they dropped him from the friend group pretty fast. It's just sad that it took me telling them I was actually involved in a school shooting for them to no longer be friends with him. Like people, you shouldn't have been friends with him to begin with. WTF. Anyway, so I moved again and no longer talk to any of those friends, including my brother, and that's something I'm not sorry for. It's been almost 10 years, and I'm slowly moving on. I just wish the trend of validating other people's bad behavior would stop. It's not a game, and if you ever feel the need to take these drastic actions, please don't. It's not worth ruining your life and others. You have a chance to make things right, so please do it. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and, Devon, let's not meet again.